What's going on, everybody? Gustav the 13th here with another video for the week of November the 20th, 2025. We're here checking out the new suit first and foremost, even though there was a lot of unit adjustments and stuff. But if you want to check out our talk about that, be sure to check out the latest dailies that we did for Banner Drop Night here. Getting back to the new suit, we have the Silhouette Gundam Kai here. So kind of odd 3-star great value F91, similar in turn to the Cluster Gundam. Definitely another case of having a lot of kit, not really having a lot of focus, but definitely having a lot of possibilities. So out of the gate, this is a beam heavy machine gun for the main gun. No other main weapon here for this. 700 hit on here, heat rate of 9% and a range of 350, so you definitely get a good amount of blastage out of this. Cooldown time of 0.5, overheat of 14 seconds, and a focus time of 1.5 for an instant stagger. The Saber then, single Saber, under 3000 at 2900 power here with a cooldown time of 2.5. We then get into the usual stuff. So we got the Vulcans, this stuns in 13 on non-damage control suits. We have the machine cannons in the chest, or at least on the shoulders here. We also have a grenade launcher here. This is a full burst, 4-shot, 800 power situation where 2 taps on anything with no DC can also get a stun out of it. Range of 300. We also have our great value Vesper cannons here, and these, compared to the original Silhouette Gundam, are actually improved. Still kind of mounted on the back as opposed to being the entire binder this time on this version. And then we have the Kai beam shield. So parrying on here definitely doesn't seem like a small shield, but you know, it is what it is. The Vespers in this case also have instant stun, 2-round burst, and a big piercing shot for its charge shot. Now the big thing about all this, and we'll get into it in a second, is the skill that this is all tied into. But let's first check out the stats. So we got 25k for the HP. Ballistic beam and melee resistance are 25, 31, and 28 respectively. Range strength of 42, melee strength of 33. Also, this is priority 2 and compatibility for space. So in this case, you're definitely going to be dealing out most of your damage through range. It's nice that you have a little bit of a head start with that. The downswing on here for the Saber is a little bit more akin to the Doggy Iris. Big initial swing into an advancing downswing. Unfortunately, on the ground, you don't get a lot of travel out of that, but if you're leading in from the air, since you do have flaps on this suit, you actually can travel quite far, and it does help you stall and, you know, make your angle a little bit deeper if you need to reach down on people. The movement speed is 145, top speed is 225, thruster gauge is 75, and turning speed is 87. For the part slots then, we have 19, 21, and 16 for close, medium, and long range, respectively. And we do have a decent list of skills here. So light shot gets over 4, emergency evasion system 2, which actually gives it 2 rolls, flight control program 4, fault prevention system 1, glide structure 3, anti-blast stabilizer 1, melee composite system 1, so using a melee attack or tackle to cancel hard landings after jumping or high speed movement. Allows for 2 attack melee combo. Damage is reduced during combo attacks. Stuff like this, and I'll kind of get into it a little bit more when we're doing the practice, especially in practice. Feels like they're trying to give you as many options to get out of certain animations for landing and recovery, but sometimes it just feels like they're not doing enough. High spec AMBAC 2, maneuver armor 1, force injector 3, optimized cooling efficiency 1, high performance radar 1, damage control 1, flat booster 2, aerial melee system 2, and max SS off. So, while activated, attack power and mobility are boosted, and damage taken during high speed movement is reduced. Also, thruster consumption is nullified and compatible weapons can be used while moving at high speed. So this is a mobile firing EX boost kind of situation, similar to some other stuff that we've seen recently. Obviously, in this case, performing an emergency evasion or tackle reduces the skill's effect duration, and when it ends, you get an extended overheat. But you can use it over a certain amount of time. So running it back a little bit, we check out the enhancement list. +1 anti-beam modifier for the first one, +1 to range strength for the second, -3% to recovery time for thruster overheat for the third, And for the last of the regular upgrades, we get our Conflicts expansion slot, only level 1. In that case, for the upgradable stuff, we have +5 for anti-beam and +5 to range strength. So getting your range strength up to 47 baseline before anything else, not bad. Okay, so in general, not bad. Definitely seems really nice on paper, right? So let's show this off in practice, and then we'll get into our example match after that. Come on, I believe. Please. Just get in there. Thank you. So one thing to keep in mind right out of the gate is that you actually have a lot of stuff that you can just do during neutral movement. One thing to also keep in mind is that one burst on stuff that doesn't have maneuver, or not maneuver armor, but oh my god, damage control will actually get you a stun on stuff like that. Obviously, maneuver armor makes that a little bit tougher, especially the higher level versions of that. The Vesper Cannon, like I was saying, 2-round bursts there, instant stun regardless. The charge up on this does pierce. As you can see, if you have it splayed out a little bit or clip a little bit, some of them go in places they shouldn't. This also does have a stat there, so both of them pierce on charge. Obviously, be a little bit careful because there's going to be a lot of F91s and also shit diving in. If they're X1s, obviously they have the offense system, they're probably not going to care too much unless you really get a bad timing on it. So, you can cancel that out, but once you hit the trigger, they all go out. On most things, you'll have to just hit with 2 of those, and they do let you seemingly guide them a little tiny bit. Not a whole lot, but enough to make a difference. The machine cannons, in this case, they can stun eventually, but you'll probably kill them sooner than you stun them with that. Like I said, the Vulcans do 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14. So 13 or so for that on those. Then we get into the mobile firing here. So everything goes up, attack, defense speed, yada yada. You're able to fire with these on a move. Switch through that. The grenades can also be fired like this. The chest Vulcans cannot, but the regular Vulcans obviously yes. And as you can kind of see, the reaction in between boosts and recovery into the mobile firing, there's a little bit of a lull in there. I'm trying to tighten it up as much as I can, but it's kind of rough. You're going to have a lot of situations where fall prevention is only going to do so much, and as you can see there, 40 seconds until the skill can be used again. Now thankfully, that has less to do with your overheat time, and you can just do your regular boosting after a certain amount of time. You know, if you feel like that's not fast enough, you can always try to put some cooling parts or recovery parts in there, and that will help. But overall, it does make me kind of feel a certain way when it comes to how this suit works in that mode versus out of that mode. The only thing that really has ASL would be the Vulcans and the machine gun. The machine gun's ASL is really tight. The Vesper cannons, unlike the F91, do not have that, you know, in neutral shot or charge shot. And at the very least, these are guidable. So you have a lot of stuff that is low impact that you can just kind of get going to either mix in or get that build up going, and then, you know, get in with your downswing here. So and it does have a little bit of a dip because of that initial swing taking, honestly, I think a little too long. If you're used to the doggy iris and things like that, you probably won't really see much of a difference, and you'll probably just lead in a little bit higher to make sure that second swing has enough coverage and time to really do what it has to do. Beyond that though, definitely a little unsure about this, similar to how I was about the Cluster Gundam. Sometimes it feels like it really gels well together, you know, leading it with the machine gun or the instant stun with this, putting extra pressure with everything else when you're going into that mobility mode. Feels really good. The second that you're a little bit grounded and you have to rely more on that accumulation while neutral firing, you're gonna wish that you just had more stuff to do with your Vespers. Which is a little unfortunate. Now obviously, we are at the eve of a big monumental adjustment for units. There are a few units that people are using right now, you know, just checking them out, like the Jesta and some other stuff that is at this cost. That means these first couple of days probably aren't going to be necessarily very reflective of what the usual meta is going to be despite the unit changes. So, you know, take our example match with the Great Assault as always. Definitely not the greatest with these sorts of things, but you know, I'm trying out there. But we will show off that match right around here.
Time to sortie, team. Take care out there. Here we go! Commence operation!
I got him, actually. Ooh. Oh, the limiter. We got a Q-Doga. I was like, what is that? Something is going insane, and it's the fucking Q-Doga's Gatling gun. All day. Get away from me. No, take it, take it. No. Hey. Oh. Step in, hey. Now. It's someone else. Jerk.
Your ally's been knocked out!
Oh my god. Come on, go, move.
Your ally's been knocked out!
Oh my god. What? Ugh.
Pick where and how you'll sortie.
Hello. Get to it.
Good.
Fuckers. Waiting for me for nothing.
Picking up an SOS from an ally. This damage should... An ally has destroyed an enemy mobile suit. Enemy mobile suit destroyed. Picking up an SOS from an ally.
Oh yeah.
Enemy mobile suit destroyed. You've taken some serious. An ally has destroyed an enemy mobile suit.
Oh yeah.
Woo! An ally has destroyed an enemy mobile.
Ooh. Yee. Hi, buddy. Oh yeah. Oh no. Oh yeah.
Oh no! Your mobile suit has had it.
I was gonna say the Q-Doga has more of a heavy machine gun situation going on than this thing does. But that burst down, that advancing burst down is pretty nice. And being able to just switch that out for the Vespers is
Good luck! Your allies
definitely not awful, but
this damage shouldn't affect you much.
No, 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 get away. Step. Step. Cease.
Your ally's been knocked out!
Whee.
Your ally's been knocked out! An ally has destroyed an enemy mobile suit! Your ally's been knocked out!
I'm like, why is that too close to the ground? Just fire. What does it matter if I'm landing? That shouldn't matter. This is not Extreme Versus. There should not be landing punishes. Fucking shreds.
Oh no! Your mobile suit has had it!
Ooh. They did say that they adjusted
Ally's been... We capped... An
some of it,
ally
I
has
think.
destroyed an enemy mobile suit! This damage should...
Why am I not boosting? I hit the fucking boost button.
Whoa, your mobile suit isn't looking good!
Why would you do that when you know I'm right there?
2 minutes left in the mission. Base has just jumped up in priority.
Lord.
Mobile suit has had it. An ally has destroyed an enemy. Good.
God. Ooh.
Enemy mobile suit destroyed. An ally has destroyed an enemy mobile suit.
Yep.
Stay sharp! An ally
Think
has
I'm right.
destroyed
Yep.
an enemy mobile suit!
Get fucked. Jesus.
Right where it hurts! Little more to take down that enemy base! Your allies been knocked out! This damage should affect
Stop.
taking some serious damage! Whoa, whoa! Your mobile suit isn't looking good! An ally has destroyed an enemy mobile suit! Your ally's been knocked out! Oh no! Your mobile suit has had it!
Brother, that still should have. So the third butterfly, I'll just help it, yeah. Also, the fact that you can just kind of do it in the air with other shit too is cool.
Yeah, we won!
Oh, my hands didn't like that. Ow. Well, like I said before, it's a suit that can do a lot of things. It's just
Here, this battle's
really hard to put a fucking order of operations to this thing because it can do a lot of things. Which is, again, kind of why I like more simplified suits. But it be what it be. 750 is only going to get crazier from here, so you know.
All right,
Might as well get used to it. So that was our round in the silhouette, and actually it was another Arctic base round. And it does have some good examples of how this seems to feel when you have a group and stuff going around that, you know, seem to gel well, that you can get some stuff out of. Obviously, it's going to get dogpiled pretty bad by F91s and X1s. X1s still have a lot of stun defense when they're engaging and doing a lot of stuff that this just doesn't have. It has priority 2, it doesn't have priority 3, it doesn't have offense system. They really do expect you to lean on that Mac-S system to just do a lot of mobile firing, go in for maybe a bit of a downswing to keep them on the floor, and then go right back to shooting everyone's, you know, faces off and just hoping for the best. It does have a lot of cumulative damage towards that end, but you can also kind of just do that with the F91 and other things. Obviously, the whole appeal here is supposed to be that it should, in theory, be easier to get than a 5-star suit like the F91. Now that being said, this does have a 4-step banner, and I had to go into the entire 4 steps once again, much like the Cluster Gundam, to even get a shot at getting this, because there's just too much saturation in the gacha to really rely on it giving it to you early. Unfortunate. It feels like it really is just them trying to drain us for our tokens before we hit the holidays, especially since this is a Black Friday event going on right now that gives you a discounted 30 plus token pack for like $15. So they definitely want you to spend a little bit one way or the other. Still, it's a serviceable suit. It definitely sets a precedence alongside the Cluster Neo for just like great value versions of the 91 doing a lot of dirt, setting a even faster pace for what these matches in 750 are going to be like, because, you know, this is just talking about straight up mobile shooting, like on style, but even worse because it has flaps and all this other bullshit going on. It's just going to make matches even more hectic. So if you didn't like them before, you're probably going to like them even less after this thing's been introduced. But if you're spinning for it, good luck, because like I said, definitely no 91 or X1, but it's not really trying to be, because it is a 3-star suit and it does what it wants to do well, just because of the sheer amount of stuff that it can throw out at any given time and just how much of it is available during its special mode for the mobile shooting. But that is the long and short of it for the Silhouette Kai. Definitely going to be running this throughout the week. Be sure to check us out on YouTube for our streams for that, as we do our dailies every day. We'll also be doing what we can to check out some of the other adjusted suits over on our other account that didn't get this suit, and we do our dailies for both of those accounts each day. So until next time, hope you guys have a good rest of your morning, night, or whatever, and I will talk to you all in the next video.